Hello everybody, and welcome to Social Economy Talks, holiday edition. This is something that we have done for at least, I think, 2 years. Every time there is a holiday coming, which everybody in the office is truly looking forward to it, we meet, we gather, and we analyze what we have done. And we also think a little bit about the near future. So today I'm joined by the colleagues of Social Economy Europe, the secretariat of the organization right now. So we have Gayen Simonjan.
Hello.
Hello, Gayen. Very nice to have you here. Paula de Diego.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
And Laura Almirante.
Hi. Happy holidays.
By the way, Laura, you might know them. Laura is communications coordinator in Social Economy Europe. Paula is policy lead and projects officer in Social Economy Europe. And Gayen is working on administration and communications in Social Economy Europe. I'm Victor Messiger, and I'm the director of the organization. All right, so it has been quite an intense year, 2022, for the social economy. It is the year in which, the year immediately after the Social Economy Action Plan was published, the year then in which the Social Economy Action Plan started to have a life and to be implemented, the first action to implement the Social Economy Action Plan. It was also the year of war in Ukraine. Everything was very much impacted by something which is very rare in the European Union. After many years of peace, there is a war in the heart of our continent, which breaks, again, a long-standing peace at European level, and that has had a major impact on our economies, and of course also in the life of social economy enterprises that have been showing quite a lot of solidarity, by the way, particularly in neighboring countries, but like Poland, but not only in neighboring countries. So the year of SEAT, the year in which the Commission started thinking and creating a Council recommendation on social economy that will see the light next year, the year in which the InvestEU, with some limits according to our members, started also to work and to flow some investments towards social economy projects. The year in which the Single Market Program has published several calls for the social economy. So quite an intense year. Social Economy Europe, by the way, has grown by 5 members this year. So now we are 23 members. We welcomed a Ukrainian member, a new Polish member, a Romanian member, a Greek member, and a European association, which is TechSoup Europe. In any case, a very intense year in which Social Economy Europe has also celebrated its 10 years. And the Spanish social economy law, by the way, has also celebrated its 10 years. So maybe Laura will let us know a bit more about that event, because she was in Madrid for that celebration. So how was it, Laura?
Yes, we both were
there. We both were there, that's right.
Yeah, it was back in March, and we celebrated the 10th anniversary of the Spanish law, the social economy Spanish law, but it was actually the 11th anniversary. Why? Because last year we were COVID involved, all the restrictions, whatever, but we couldn't celebrate it. So now it's almost 12 years of the social economy law here in Spain. And as you all know, it's been a huge burst for the social economy to have this law in Spain. It has made the difference. So it was a big event for all of us to celebrate, for the stakeholders, social economy stakeholders, organizations, the former ministers that were involved, that were kind of the ones that put that work into it to make it a reality. All the people that worked at that time, 10, 12 years ago, also organizations and enterprises around Europe wanted to be there, also represented the social economy. And also you represented Social Economy Europe. So it was a big event. And we have the local representation, the regional representation with the regional ministers of Murcia, Navarra, Galicia. They were talking about how this law has had impact in the local and regional territories in Spain. And it was also a big celebration of not only what the law has made or has made the social economy achieve in Spain, but also it was the beginning of a year of celebrating new opportunities for the social economy in Spain, because a month later, the Ministry of Labor and Social Economy, because in Spain we have social economy as part of the name for the ministry, so that's important. They announced that we will recover the council for the bars. I don't know the translation exactly, but the council for the promotion of social economy. After 10 years of being without activity, we recovered that because we, organization of CEPES and organizations at the regional level, we have been working. I work in UCOMUR, which is the cooperatives organization here in Murcia, kind of a reference in Spain. We are working to have this kind of or I don't know, places and
your voice heard at the end of the day.
Yeah, the voice heard, and to have the ways to keep on promoting and keep on making social economy grow. So it was not acceleration only about 10 years of the law. It was acceleration of an ecosystem that we have in Spain that is one of a kind. So it was a really a good day that we all share, but it's been a good year also for the social economy in Spain too, not only in Europe.
That's highly interesting because, well, by the way, indeed, the main employer of Laura is this union of worker-owned cooperatives of the region of Murcia, and it is true that we were both in that event, and indeed what it showed is unity, and it's something that the social economy creates.
That's right.
We saw that law in 2011 was in 2014. Sorry, 2014, no, 2011.
Yes.
Was approved with consensus of all the political parties. So all the rapporteurs from all the political parties in the Spanish parliament, and it is quite a diverse parliament. It's not a bipartisan system. Ours. We have regional parties. We have also all the different ideological colors, let's say. So they all agreed in that law. They all were present in that event. And indeed, you were celebrating, the Spanish social economy was celebrating a game changer, a success story, as the social economy action plan is for Europe.
Yes.
So something very similar to that.
Yes.
And maybe adding something on Laura, it is extremely cool. For us, it's an honor to work with Laura because it is so important to have the connection with the ground. Sometimes in Europe, it might seem that we are far from the reality. And here in UCOMUR, what they do, Laura does a great work communicating and raising awareness among Murcian citizens on the opportunities of the social economy. But also what they do is to actually create the social economy enterprises themselves. In this case, the worker-owned cooperatives.
Yes.
So I think that's having this connection is pure gold.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are here recording in UCOMUR offices, we can say that. And right now, next to us in the other room, we have a bunch of people, a group of people, amazing and prepared people that every day are creating cooperatives and helping people to join forces, entrepreneurs, to make their dreams and their projects reality. So we have this side, and then we have the European side, which is to make the governments understand that the social economy is a true economical force for the people on the planet. So yeah,
that's very cool, and it's very cool to be Murcia. By the way, we are not we are almost a Spanish gang, but not entirely because Gayan is from Armenia. So it is true that there is a majority of Spaniards in the team, but thankfully we have a bit of diversity too, because if not, it will be too boring. And we will be speaking Spanish among us all the time.
But we are kind of adopting her.
Of course.
So,
yeah, she's becoming. All right. And then, Paula, it was our 10th anniversary. Actually, you joined very short ago. And that was like your first big event with Social Economy Europe. So what do you thought about it? How was it?
Yeah, the last December, we celebrate at the European Parliament in Brussels 1 year of Social Economy Action Plan and 10 years of Social Economy Europe. So it was a great event with amazing speakers. Like we have 3 MEPs like Toya, Grufat, and Cañas. And also we had Petro Darmoris from Social Economy Ukraine that you mentioned before. We still have the terrific situation terrible situation in Europe, and we gave him the space to his voice be listened by the European Union, by all of us. So
if I can do a parenthesis, because I mean I wanted to further elaborate on that event, but Ukraine has been, and this is not so normal. Of course, it's explained because of the war, but Ukraine has been something systematic this year. We cannot say that the social economy has not cared about what happened there. In the Spanish event, it was in May, if I remember. No, it was in April, if I remember well. It was before Strasbourg.
It was March. It was March.
It was
actually.
March.
Yes, it was.
So
March.
it was quite early on the year.
Yeah.
It was in Madrid at the Reina Sofia Museum, some museum for contemporary art, and I remember a standing ovation to Ukraine.
Yes.
I mean, in a room full of social economy practitioners and politicians. Petro was following us online, and I remember Petro, by the way, he represents. He's creating social economy. He has just created Social Economy Ukraine, so the umbrella organization for social economy in that country. And indeed, we are trying. He's giving us a lot because he has this vision to push for social economy, for the rebuilding of Ukraine, for rebuilding an economy also in Ukraine that works for people on the planet, that includes everybody. But I mean, in every event we were talking about, Madrid, Strasbourg, which was a massive conference. Laura did a very nice podcast on that, with an interview to one of the main organizers. And in the 10th anniversary, Ukraine has been a leitmotiv. The fact that the European social economy truly wants to invest in supporting the flourishing, the development of social economy in Ukraine, even in these difficult circumstances.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
I mean, and Petro has explained the importance of the social economy to help young people go through.
Yeah, and rural areas, very isolated and very damaged from the war.
Because it's kind of the young people are called to be the ones kind of rebuilding the country. And in Madrid, back in March, in the celebration of the 10th anniversary, I remember we were kind of, we were a month into the war. It was really, really.
It was in February.
It was kind of 2 weeks and a month. And we were already talking about rebuilding through social economy and giving power to the entrepreneurs.
So I mean, there is a vision in Ukraine. Let's hope that that we need to show solidarity. Europe has shown solidarity in hosting refugees, and the social economy has been in the front line. But now we also need the European social economy family, which is not only us, it's all the people that listens to us also need to truly invest in supporting the strengthening of social economy in Ukraine. But sorry, Paula, you were talking about the 10th.
We celebrate
10th anniversary.
We celebrated the 10th anniversary of Social Economy Europe. So 2023, the next year, is going to be our 10th anniversary. And it's really strange, but also amazing for me because I have just arrived to the organization. So I started in November. So it's a little bit crazy because I had arrived in this moment of celebration and this moment of that I feel that we have worked a lot since we start as an organization, and I'm very proud to be here now in this moment. That it's not a good year only for us, but for all the social economy.
We work at the end. We work at the service of the whole social economy. So, and we are riding to a point of maturity. We are 10 years old, so we are kids, almost a teenager, which is a sort of complicated time, right, in life. But for the sector itself, because of course history is much longer, it is a moment of maturity, the moment to give like a qualitative leap. So hopefully we will accompany that and support the entities. By the way, there was a cake, Paula, in that event. We sang thanks to Chris Gordon, and there are a lot of fans of Chris Gordon in the room.
Oh, Chris, hi, Chris.
I'm super. Chris was the MC of the event, And thanks to him, we even sang happy birthday to social.
Yeah.
He was our Marilyn Monroe. He sang happy birthday, and there was a social economy cake. I think that you had it, right?
Yeah. I had it because we didn't take it at the event because we didn't have time to do it, and
We were working so much. No one
Yeah.
was.
so I finally had it with my roommates.
All right. Was it good?
Yeah,
It
really
tasted.
good.
It tasted like solidarity. Right?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Like collective entrepreneurship. All right. So this was like a sort of introduction of the year that has been extremely rich. There is much more. There was a transition pathways, by the way, UK Network has just done a great podcast, The Social Economist, on what the hell is the transition pathways. We talked a lot about Strasbourg conference, in which the Pact for Skills for Social Economy was launched. We talked about also the fact that Tirana in Albania, in the Western Balkans, was European Youth Capital. There was an Italian presidency of the group of member states, friends of the social economy. So a lot going on this year. But now we are arriving to the center of the podcast, which is getting to know a little bit the team, the great team we have in Social Economy Europe. So again, you have spoken a bit less. So let's start with you. So tell us who you are, maybe tell to the audience. I know it already because I have the pleasure to work with you, the honor to work with you. But tell us a bit who you are. What are you doing in Social Economy Europe? I think that, you are working for us, but also for one of our members, for the Assist Network. You're collaborating with both organizations. You have an amazing background. You come from Armenia, as we said before. So how did you arrive here? And what do you think about what you have seen this year?
Yeah, of course. So as already Victor mentioned, I'm Gaina Simonian. I come from Armenia. So before joining this amazing team, I had more than 15 years of working experience. I worked at the International Beneficial Organization, World Vision Armenia, and all that time I was coordinating different projects, but mainly I would like to highlight the Youth Empowerment Project, which I liked it fully. So it was my dream to have European education. So last year I had the chance to pursue my dream, and I came here, I'm in Spain, Murcia, to have my master's degree in European Union Studies and Human Rights. And I was lucky enough, I have been mentioning it everywhere, to be chosen as an intern, and did my internship in Social Economy Europe in Brussels. Yeah, it's an immense opportunity for me to enhance my personal and professional career path, and like I'm using to say, like an international profile. Yeah, and having, as I said, having more than many years of working experience, I didn't expect it to have kind of working place that could have kind of added value on me, But Social Economy Europe exceeded my expectations. So right now I'm just remembering that I was struggling a lot to adjust myself in a new sector and discovering new ecosystem, which is social economy. What is it? What is doing? And that moment, I just remembered that while I was working in Armenia in an organization since 2015, the organization World Vision adopted another direction. Youth empowerment as a huge sector to boost sustainable development of the communities. And within that program, we did social entrepreneurship projects. And
nice.
I have for the first time in my life, I have listened about what is social entrepreneurship and how you can differentiate the business, traditional business, from social enterprises. I would like to highlight that at that moment we have with that organization we have edited and published working curriculum, how to work with youth, and using we call it Sky project skills, youth economic development skills for youth empowerment, like session. So, and I was really motivated and impressed while I was doing my internship in Social Economy Europe to meet a lot of prominent professionals where they were doing with the huge, incredible patience in order to enhance social economic sector in European Union in terms with the face of
definitely a loser. Yeah.
So I have decided to change my master thesis. So I want to highlight this topic of my master thesis, and I wrote about social economy, social and solidarity economy as a sector boosting social and sustainable development in the countries. So within my master thesis, I highlighted like a social economy model can be a crisis responsive model, highlighting two main topics, which I'm really passionate about: women empowerment and gender equality, and also with the comparative method, just compare one of the European Union's country with Armenia, from my origin country, and to understand where Armenia right now and what have been done and what they are going to do, planning to do in order to develop this ecosystem in the country. So it was really interesting for me that I choose Spain compared with Armenia. So I remember that I was really fascinating to understand that in Spain it was started at the around 18th centuries. Yes, 18th centuries. Like because in European Union right now it's pioneering countries are Spain and France in this sector. So, but while in Armenia it started just in 2014, and it was a result of European Union call in order to boost that ecosystem.
Also the soft power of the European Union to boost social economy and this sustainable way of doing businesses in other regions of the world.
And also I had the chance to have several interviews with the Armenian specialists. And they mentioned that within 2018 and 2020, they did a lot of job in order to draft a concept paper on social economy. And finally, in 2020, they proceeded this to the Armenian government for further adoption. So it was delayed because of COVID-19 pandemic, and also in 2020 we had a war with Azerbaijan. And that moment the main part of Nagorno-Karabakh was conquered by Azerbaijan, and we had a really crisis situation, a lot of spontaneous displaced people. And right now, although it's 2 years past, but till now we had the tense situation and
the conflict remains.
The conflict
and the occupation of
certain areas. And right now, in this September, Azerbaijan occupied also sovereign territory of Armenia. And right now, if I'm not wrong, they cut the main road connecting Nagorno-Karabakh to Armenia. Today is the 10th days. Since they made kind of humanitarian crisis for the people, more 120,000 people who right now living in Nagorno-Karabakh.
How many people? Sorry, 2,000.
120,000 people right now living
So
there.
it's a big. It's like Murcia city center. It's
So right now they are suffering with the limit of food or with medicine, energy. And also they cut the main gas pipeline. So, but they had in Armenia, it's not the winter is really very cold.
Strong,
very strong. And
so right now, because of those conflicts, social economy is not really a critical priority. However, you have a vision, right? You have some ideas for the future of social economy in your country, in Armenia.
My main vision is like you have already mentioned about Ukraine. So it's the same for me. I would like to see like a social economy Armenia as an individual entity who can took a huge responsibility on it to create this ecosystem which can boost sustainable development of the countries. And right now, Armenia is definitely needs social and solidarity approach to the economy. And we use many prominent people used to say that it's an economy with a social face. So right now,
actually, again, I think that because of your experience, the fact that you know very well the European policies, the social economy action plan, different goals, and I am sure that some of those goals, not all of them, but some of those goals can involve also Armenian candidates. So indeed, you are in a fantastic position to be one of the game changers, accompanying the emergence of a strong social economy movement in Armenia.
Yeah, I hope so, and I will do my best to connect a lot of right now very active organizations in Armenia. Yeah, and with mutual effort, we will rebuild our country and enhance the sector.
That's great, and we're lucky to work with passionate. Everybody in the room is a passionate professional, so very lucky, and that's what social economy is about. They always say the same. It's about pioneers that believe in the idea, that have passion for the idea. So I truly think that it's not only about the living; it's also reasonable. We know I mean, we're also very, let's say, rational about it. But I think that we have the chance. I have the chance to work with you as highly passionate professionals. Paula, you just arrived to Social Economy Europe, so briefly, because we have a team lunch at some point today. But some reflections also on the base of your previous experience.
Yeah, okay. So I'm really glad to have started this new role of policy lead and project officer. As you mentioned before, I arrived to Brussels the same day we launched the transition pathway. So it was a really exciting start for me for moving in this case to moving to Brussels and to start.
It was a good day to arrive, from shallow airports to a high level event with Commissioner
totally. But I'm really happy to have changed my life because it's my first time living and working abroad from Spain, I mean. And yes, it was a real experience. The atmosphere here in Social Economy Europe is amazing. The team all of you are so amazing, and in itself the city of Brussels, it's very exciting. In fact, I call it the Tower of Babel, or Babel Tower, because you can hear a huge amount of different languages by walking down the street. And it's really amazing, and I think it's a good opportunity for me to step further, both my personal and my professional career. So I'm really glad. And before arriving here, I worked as a consultant because I am economist for 6 years in Madrid. And I work doing socioeconomic research and also impact assessments on many topics, including social economy. In fact, I did a lot of projects on social economy in Spain, working with CEPES and the Ministry of Labor and Social Economy. And one of the things I analyzed most in my previous job was the two main trends. The global trends that are going to drive our growth in the next years. They are the digitalization and the energy transition and climate change. So now I can feel that trends applied to the reality at the European level in Social Economy Europe. So that's really nice for me to complement that part, because I work on social economy in Spain and now have that part at the European level, and also how that trends the both ones I mentioned are going to affect our companies, our enterprises, and how we can manage and drive all these changes together to get the best solution for all of us. So that's really great, and I think social economy is the best way to do it, because our enterprises, our associations have shown resilience during the crisis, and also they have put on the table the social and territorial cohesion.
Absolutely.
Like you mentioned before, the connections between the local communities on the regional levels, with in this case in Spain, with the autonomous communities, for example, and on the levels, and in fact, as economists, I also have to say that that I'm very optimistic about the next year. I think 2023 will be a very good year for social economy, even better than this one we are ending now, because we are going to continue implementing the social economy action plan, the transition pathways. Sorry. And also, we have the Index EU, sound,
Next generation EU, and so on.
and yeah.
So there are opportunities. It was
Yeah.
a hard day for the entities because of the energy crisis,
Yeah.
inflation, and the war.
But the economic forecasts are also optimistic on these kind of things, no? For example, in fact, we have seen that the inflation is dropping.
Yeah.
It's already dropping, and this trend is we predict this trend going to continue in the next year. So we see a slightly economic recovery. So
there is an opportunity. There is
Yeah.
definitely a huge opportunity to scale up, and also I think that it's very relevant. These next generation EU investments here in Spain. Hopefully, other countries will follow the same line. 99.3 million will be granted to social economy entities and projects by the 14th of January. So the deadline is very short. But hopefully, the Spanish social economy entities will be able to use it and to innovate. And again, the priorities were already in the table: youth empowerment and youth entrepreneurship, digitalization, sustainability, gender equality, also awareness raising. So I mean, many of the priorities have been done. And by the way, Paula, you have been always linked to the social economy and to the European dimension, because you were also evaluating the use of ESF, European Social Funds, investments into the social economy. That's we're lucky to have you in the team. You know? We're lucky to have everybody in the team, of course. Laura, so quickly, you are close, the one of us which is maybe more close to the reality, in this case at regional level. Tell us a little bit your conclusions from this year.
On a regional level, it's been a good year, but I'm talking about Murcia because it's the region that I know more, because I'm working day by day with the cooperatives here. I mean, in Ucomur we have Ucomur and Ucoem, the two cooperative organizations that are led by Juan Antonio Pedreño also.
Same chair that social economy.
Yeah, because Juan Antonio is the example of how the impact that had the social economy at the local level, and then that impact being transported to the social economy in the European level. So because he is the president of Ucomur and Ucoem, and then CEPES, which is the national one, the Spanish one, and then Social Economy Europe. So I think he joins all this experience. And so do I, from my point of view, because I'm the communications coordinator. So what I do in Ucomur is I help the cooperatives and the entrepreneurs show their projects, show their enterprises.
Such an amazing work in Murcia, by the way, which I think is quite unique. So please tell us, Laura.
It's quite unique, but it's intense. It's intense. I mean, we are doing our homework.
You have a TV show.
We have a TV show. We've been
every week, is it?
Every week, every Monday.
So in Murcia's public broadcaster, right?
Yes. And it's an hour long, 50 minutes long, and we show our cooperatives, not only cooperatives, because it's a TV show for the social economy.
So you showcase social economy entities like work integration, cooperatives.
Interviews, also with the regional minister, or also with entrepreneurs, also with people that are examples of success in the social economy world.
Innovators, right?
Innovators, everything. We talk about the funds
Yeah.
We talk
Available
about the
funds.
opportunities.
So access to finance and access to funding.
We talk about the opportunities they have. We talk about events that we have and people can join to know more about social economy. So it's been a success, this TV show that we are wrapping up this Monday on 26th of December. And also
You're taking a break for the holidays.
we're taking a break for the holidays.
That's
yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
That's
But
very
I
well
have to
deserved.
say, I'm very proud of this work, but it's not been only mine because Ucomur has had a TV show previous to my arrival for many years before. So it's kind of giving it a shot to have it for the social economy, not only for the cooperatives,
For the whole social-
whole social economy. It's that's been a game changer, and it was like the first stone to build a huge castle for the social economy that ended up this year celebrating the Congress. We have had the first social economy Congress in Spain, like the first Congress just dedicated to the social economy. We have had it here in Murcia. And
Not a research, just to explain, because there had been others that were research congresses. These are congresses like, like CDA. These are congresses in which all social economy actors in a region are meeting and reflecting together about the future. And so on.
Exactly. Like it's the first Congress that joins everyone on the social economy for the region, talking about how can we promote social economy, how can we make it grow, how can
we work together.
Yeah, and the resolution was that the organizations of the social economy here in Murcia are going to join efforts and make like a super organization, and that will be amazing in a region in Murcia that is referenced in Spain and in Europe, because we had now almost the 10% of the
of all the newly created social economy enterprises.
Yes, we have almost 1,000. I'm kind of.
I don't remember the exact numbers either, but what I know is that
I don't remember.
The colleagues in the other side of the door, so in the other room, create like 150 cooperatives every year, more or less.
Yes.
120 in a region of 1.5 million.
Yeah.
And in which a cooperative, I guess that in average is 2.5, let's say, in average of employees since the startup phase.
Yes.
So it's
amazing.
It's quite an impressive.
I mean,
that's done just in the.
The team here is always creating new cooperatives and helping entrepreneurs, and also starting projects for the entrepreneurs to come and say, hey, I want this project. Maybe it's a cooperative, but maybe it's another kind of social economy enterprise. So we help them, and it's amazing to see how small projects or ideas just turn out to be amazing enterprises here in Murcia.
Your restaurant, your energy company.
Yes, and companies that today have two friends that have created a company, and in 3 years you see them and they have 25 workers.
That's amazing.
So
that's quite amazing.
I think for me, what I enjoy the most, not only the TV show that we run, not only the radio, because we have also a program on the radio, the newspaper, we have 2 newspapers here, the main one.
The 2 major newspapers in the region.
Yeah.
1 week one, 1 week the other. They have a special, some pages dedicated to, devoted to social economy.
Yeah, and Ucomur leads that. It's kind of their thing. Ucomur, it's now almost 40 years of working here in Murcia. So we know the importance, and you know as well, of telling what we do and who we are. Because
raising
otherwise,
if we are not known.
Yes. So the visibility is something that we're working, and I'm so happy that Antonio trust in my work and in the team for that. So, but it's not only that; it's that I think now we are in an amazing moment, not only because Murcia is reference, but because now we have Spain, like with the law and with everything we're doing, Spain working also for us from a ministry that it's, as I said, it has the name social economy as part of the name of the ministry, and then the social economy action plan and everything. So it's going to be amazing next year and years to come to see how everything that is happening in Europe
Yeah.
It's helping our entrepreneurs and our people.
That's
grow.
an excellent question. How the European and an excellent how the European policies concretely translate into the territories, and also help local actors maybe to internationalize, to cooperate with others. So that's the vision and the dream.
There is a sentence, I just want to say a sentence that it's not mine. It's from Manuel Campo Vidal, you know who he is.
A journalist.
A journalist from Spain, a really known one. And he speaks a lot about depopulation. And Juan Antonio also does that. And there is a sentence that I love. I interviewed him last year, and he said to me, in every local or region that you see there is a problem with the population, and you see that it's getting better, there is a competitive, there is a social economy company there. Making the change, you know?
So the change maker in the ground, reversing, going in the trend is the population, but going
creating jobs and prosperity. Yes.
Re-giving life to certain territories.
That's right.
So you were talking about the future now, and this is great because we are almost closing. Next year, we all know that it will be very intense. That's why we badly need some holidays too. It's fun to work. It's also fun to relax. I hope you will not be sick for the holiday. So next year, everybody knows will be the European Europe skills. So this is very much linked to the transitions, to the need to upskill and reskill Europe workforce to adapt to a new reality, to digitalization, to the green transition. Indeed, Sweden will be chairing the European Union in the first semester. Spain will be chairing the Council of the European Union in the second semester. And indeed, there will be a huge social economy conference in San Sebastian on the 13 and 14 of November. We will organize the second edition of our Social Economy Awards. We will have a lot of fun. Hopefully, all of us here in the table will be in San Sebastian in the Basque Country in 13-14 November 2023. The Council recommendation will become a reality. The European Single Gateway, which is a single digital platform for social economy entrepreneurs with funding, with resources, not only open to the European Union, but also to beyond, of course, statistics, so highly important. The Youth Entrepreneurship Policy Academy that has a focus on social economy will be launched, and many more things for us. Indeed, the Social Economy Awards will be one important activity, and of course, accompanying. The Social Economy Intergroup is also planning how to support the Social Economy Action Plan. We were talking about the Next Generation EU and its impact on enterprises, so quite a lot. In any case, holidays are almost here. So let's finish on a more personal and funny note with a recommendation for the listeners, for the ones watching also, because this will be in YouTube. So again, one recommendation, a reading, a podcast, a series or a movie that you want to recommend for these holidays.
Yeah, of course. I would share with all of you and with our audience that I'm going to work on my Spanish as I develop my Spanish language.
For Diane, she has no option with this team full of Spaniards. So.
Because sometimes I listen that you are talking something and I want to be understand everything.
You want to be able to
just in case it's about you.
Yeah, so in that reason, I've choose to read the book of my colleague, of my lovely colleague, Laura. So there's a room for two in my cloud. Please correct me if I will pronounce wrong. Mi noble hoy cito parados.
Muy bien.
Yes. And I will recommend everybody who wants to learn new language, and this is the right moment. We are going to have 2 weeks off. So yes, don't miss your chance to request this and also to have your input on fundraising or
that's cooperation and solidarity. Solidarity. Laura, this is an artist.
Laura will explain more about it.
Yes. Thank you, Gayam, because it's gonna. I mean, it's my thing. I've the one saying to Gayan, if you want to learn Spanish, start with children's books. So to anyone that wants to learn any language, start with children's book because it's fun and you also it's kind of an easy level. So thank you so much for the promotion. Thank you.
There is room for two in the cloud. It will be in the description of the video.
Yeah.
Well done, Laura. I don't know how you find the time to do more things, but
I don't know either because I'm a mom also.
Yeah, that's right. Paula, any recommendations for the holidays?
a movie that is saw some years ago that is called Campeones in
Yeah,
Spanish.
yeah, it's true.
And I want to recommend you because it's very related to social economy and inclusion, diversity.
Yeah.
So it's you probably, I don't know if you have
Yeah, we know
seen it,
that.
but
Yeah.
it's about a basketball team of yeah.
Formed by people with disabilities.
Yeah, formed by people with mental disabilities,
Yeah.
and it's really really lovely.
As the foundation says, even if there is a lot to do, we are the most inclusive generation in history.
Yeah,
And this film shows the strength of diversity, the richness of diversity. It's
Completely,
indeed it's a very
yeah.
good film, huh? And I think that they are doing a remake in the USA. Hollywood is doing a remake of the
Really?
film. Yeah.
Oh.
Laura, any recommendations from your side?
Well, reading anything you have in hand. I mean, reading is living. So any book, always. If you have time off, just read. And I'm now watching. I mean, it's not the most social thing to see to watch, but I'm watching Dead to Me in Netflix.
What are you watching?
Dead to Me.
Dead to Me.
With Christina Applegate. It's an amazing TV show. You're gonna laugh a lot, and I think it's important to have fun. So don't watch it. Don't watch it. 3 seasons. What about you?
Right now, I was looking at the title in English. I'm reading Adriatic, which is I'm a boring guy. Is a book by.
You need to watch That to Me then.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. It's a book by Robert D. Kaplan. So it looks at the Adriatic region, Italy, but also highly interesting how the Adriatic is a sort of connection point between the West and the East. If you go to Venice, you see this Byzantine art, right?
Yes.
The Byzantine Empire is very much present. Then you have the Western Balkans in the other side and Greece. So how this region of the world, the guy thinks, the author, which is whatever, a historian, geographer, thinks that this region will define in many senses the future of Europe. It's a complex region, but highly interesting. And something that I liked is that the guy says in the book, he insists a lot, the Mediterranean has never been a frontier. That's highly interesting for the future of Europe. The Mediterranean is not a frontier, it's the contrary, it's a catalyzer. It's an area for exchange. The guy says that the real frontier might be the Sahara Desert, but not the Mediterranean. That's it.
Amazing ending for the
Yeah, absolutely.
that sentence. I love it.
Okay, so now let's go for lunch. Thank you very much for this. Happy holidays. Bye.
Bye.